There was fight, there was determination, there was grit, there were all of those descriptive words to describe the 1990 Super Bowl 25 world champions.
Come on, let's go now!
We were built a certain way.
Bigger, stronger, just more of a pound them out, in your face, straight ahead team.
We had a chip on our shoulder, so let's just go ram the ball up there, giggy, you know.
Here comes Anderson, he will score! Hampton gets to the 40-yard line, the 35, to the 30.
I wouldn't say we're a big play team, but we could throw the ball down the field.
Sims looking for a target, rolling right, he's going long, way down deep. It is complete to Ingram, touchdown! Way down to Baker, baby!
Dominating offense, dominating defense.
We could literally make your team quit every single game.
We had guys like Everson Walls coming in and Dave Dewison. It was completely a team effort.
Runs away from trouble, they got him, free ball, picked up, and they'll score, Dorson, big rush, steps up and throws, intercepted, to the 20, to the 15, and he's going to score, Everson Walls.
1990, we were really ready to make another run at it, and I think our whole team sensed it.
Sims has the ball at the 10, throwing over the middle, he's got a receiver, it's complete to Baker, 30, 35, 40, he might go! 35, 40, at the 30, 25, 15, he's in!
We started out the 1990 season 10-0.
Here we go, 3 seconds to go. The ball spotted at the 30, it's long, it goes up, it's got the distance, it's good! And there's no time on the clock. The Giants win it and remain undefeated, Jimmy. What a game.
You thought we wasn't real, didn't you? This is real, boy. NYG.
But in Week 12, the Giants traveled to Philadelphia for a battle with the Eagles. Randall Cunningham threw for 229 yards and 2 touchdowns, and the Eagles handed Big Blue their first loss of the season, 31-13. The following week, New York was once again on the road, this time to face the 2-time defending Super Bowl champion 49ers in a Monday Night Football contest in San Francisco. The Giants would fall just a few yards short of victory that night, but they would send a message to the Niners that this battle was far from over.
That was an incredible, incredible game physically. It was Muhammad Ali and Ken Norton. When it's over, you think, my God, we either want them to ever fight again. I thought it was that tough. But what it probably did is let Ronnie Lott bring out his true feelings for me. And that's okay, I don't care. I'm not hurt by it. That's one of those times when I left there, I said, well, we'll see them in the playoff.
But Sims never got his chance at a rematch. In Week 14, he suffered a season-ending injury against the Buffalo Bills, thrusting Jeff Hostetler into the starting lineup.
Outside the locker room, I was, again, the weak link. Giants were done. All the New York press all over the country, every supposed expert, Giants weren't going to be able to get anything done with a backup quarterback.
Slowly. Sims is starting to limp off the field here. It's a first down for the Giants. Now we'll get Jeff Hostetler.
You know, the only time you really got a chance to appreciate Hostetler was in practice because he had to play against our team, so we knew what his skill set was. And when he stepped in there, he got the full support of every single player, his offensive linemen. They immediately embraced him, the receivers, everyone. So losing Phil Sims, who was probably one of the toughest guys we had in our locker room, and putting Jeff in there, we didn't lose much because Jeff was a pretty tough guy too.
I was very confident that these guys believed in me. I know they did. And to have a guy like Carl on the opposite side, he knew the struggles, the opportunities that hadn't come, the frustration, and these guys were going to play their hearts out for me, and they knew I was going to do the same.
Hostetler's mobility would give New York an added dimension, and despite the critics, the Giants would win their last 2 games of the regular season, with Haas leading the way.
When Phil went down,
Hostetler came in and he added another dimension to our offense that nobody had seen. And now when it's, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 or whatever, he pulled that ball down and run for the first down.
He did have mobility, but it wasn't his only strength. He had arm strength.
Hostetler pumps. He's throwing long, way downfield. Completed the 5-yard line by Ingram, and he slides into the end zone.
He knew the offense extremely well, and I think that gave a lot of people confidence.
In the NFC Divisional Playoff game against the Chicago Bears, Hostetler's confidence was sky high as he threw 2 first-half touchdowns to give the Giants a 17-3 lead.
Goes deep, Baker. Touchdown! Hostetler turns, rolls left, looking, throws, end zone. Touchdown!
While the Big Blue defense grounded the Bears' aerial attack,
goes to his right side, has Gentry, drops the ball, stolen by Collins, intercepted. He goes to a 35-yard line, and the Giants have the ball.
and stuffed their running game.
4th down, Giants leading 10-0. Handoff, Buster stop. What a play! John Washington.
O.J. Anderson gained 80 yards in relief duty despite mistakenly putting on his practice pants instead of his game pants.
I put on the wrong pants. I had the practice pants on, and when I realized I got taped up, and I knew Hampton was going to be the starter, I knew I wasn't going to play, so it didn't matter about what I had on. Rodney get hurt, and then I hear them say, Rodney broke his shin bone. I'm like, what do you mean he broke his leg? Said, yeah, his leg is broken. So Ray tells Bill right away, Rodney is out. Bill says, give me OJ. I'm going, what? Me? I got on the wrong pants. That's the first thing that came to my mind. I'm not dressed right. I'm getting ready to go into a Chicago Bear game where we need to win. I said, holy jeepers. I said, well, let's go. So I go out there in the first play, I think I get by 8 or 9 yards, and now the adrenaline is flowing. I'm back in the flow of the game. I'm feeling good. I feel like I can do this now. Haas was out there. We were old stablemates because we was on the second team. So we like buddies, man. And we like, hey, let's go do this.
With O.J. and Hostetler leading the way, the Giants would dominate the Bears, beating them 31-3 and advancing to the NFC Championship game.
They stuck a fork in us and said we were done.
Hey, San Francisco, they're back. We're back.
They're back.
And the superstitious Coach Parcells would have a clear message for O.J.
Bill called me to the front of the plane. He said, do I have to tell you? I said, what do you mean? He said, do I have to tell you? I said, what? He said, freaking you better wear those pants.
With no week off between the NFC title game and the Super Bowl, the winning team would have to travel directly to Tampa. And as the Giants prepared for their trip to San Francisco, Coach Bill Parcells had his players make one small change to their travel plans.
I told them when we go to San Francisco, pack for 2 weeks because we're not coming home.
To go there against all odds, knowing that this game for them was supposed to be a mere formality.
They were the home team, and it was the playoffs, and they were the 49ers, and they were two-time Super Bowl champions. But we had a good football team, too.
In the fourth quarter, with the Giants trailing 13-9, Hostetler suffered what seemed to be a serious injury when he was hit by former Giant Jim Burke.
Jeff Hostetler got hit after he throws that, and he is still down.
I came over the sideline, and I remember Parcells coming over and saying, can you go? Can you go?
Bill Parcells is even in there asking, can you go? Can you go?
I said, yeah, I can go. And then he left, and then he came back again. Said, can you go? And I yelled back at him, yeah, I can go. I'm going.
Hostetler returned on the next series, showing no signs of the injury.
Hostetler back to throw, chased out of the pocket quickly, and now he comes out of there. Maybe he didn't lose all that mobility.
Although the drive would stall, the Giants once again showed the 49ers that they were down, but not out.
Fake punt, and it's going to work. Breeze it streaking down to inside the 25.
That's the call they needed. That's the play they needed. They needed something to get them out of this. Bill Parcells came up with it.
The element of surprise is a great advantage. I've always told my players, I'm going to do everything that I think gives us the best chance to win.
The 49ers, if you count the number of players on the field, they played with 10 players on that play. So it was a gaping hole for me to run through, and me with my limited athletic ability needed a little bit extra room to get through there. So It turned out well, but for me it was an opportunity to make a decision, execute the play, and run through there.
3 plays later, Matt Barr's 4th field goal made it a 1-point game.
13-12, the 49ers lead with 5:47 left to play.
And if the 49ers were going to run out the clock to preserve the win, they were going to have to do it without their starting quarterback.
Everybody likes to refer to the Joe Montana play. You know, I'm blocked, I slip, another guy tries to chop my feet, and I'm crawling, I'm doing everything I possibly can to get there. And I never gave up on the play.
But chased out, finally hit from behind. The ball's loose.
I was hoping, I said, I hope he don't release this ball. And if he doesn't release this ball, he's gonna get the hit of a lifetime. And, you know, it was lights out Irene from there.
Steve Young came in to replace Montana, needing only a couple of first downs to seal the victory. But when their team needed them the most, the Giants' defense would step up with this signature play.
I remember that sort of seminal moment before the ball was snapped. It was a real feeling of desperation. I remember thinking, you know, prior to the snap, somebody's got to make a play here.
Craig again, hit behind the line of scrimmage, and the Giants have the ball.
You know, I busted through, and there, you know, there's Roger Craig. I knew that I had made the tackle. I knew that I had made the fumble, you know, because I see, you know, LT get up and run off with the ball.
Lawrence Taylor out of the pack with the ball.
But the guy who caused the fumble was Eric Howard. Eric Howard made the biggest play of his life on that fumble.
The defense's timely takeaway set the stage for more Hostetler heroics.
Here's Hostetler chased out of the pocket. Chased by Burt. Pass is caught by Bavaro. And Hostetler back to throw it. Scrambles right, throws right, caught and out of bounds. Inside the 30 by Stephen Baker. And it all goes on his shoulders.
You know that it's a win or lose situation, but that's what you have practiced 10,000 times, was for that kick.
Snap, spot, kick is away, it's got the distance, it is good, good,
And the Giants are going to Tampa Bay. It's over for the three-peats. It's over.
Take a deep breath, exhale, head down, follow through at the target.
And the kick is good. There will be no three-peat.
Everyone's happy. I'm happy. We won. You know you're going to the Super Bowl.
And the plane ride from there to Tampa was the most memorable trip that I've ever been on. It was such a celebration. The players so happy.
We're going to Tampa Bay!
That might have been the best plane ride I've been on in a long time, because I tell you what, we having some fun on that plane though.
Hey, Tampa Bay, baby!
Happy New Year, guys. We're going to the show.
And Giant football in the Super Bowl. The crowd on its feet, tens of thousands of small American flags being raised.
There were a lot of flags in the stadium that day, and that was in support of our servicemen and women across the world.
When you stood in the press box and you saw the armed soldiers right outside the press box, a helicopter gunship was hovering, you know, there over the stadium, and you began to really wonder about, you know what, gee, should I really have my entire family here? However, it was the Super Bowl. All the precautions have been taken, and the build-up to the game was sensational.
It was a very emotional moment, especially when those F-16s flew over. You know, you just felt proud to be an American and playing in the 25th anniversary of the Super Bowl. It was awesome.
After upsetting the 49ers in a dramatic come-from-behind win in the 1990 NFC Championship game, the Giants would face an even greater challenge at Super Bowl 25 in Tampa as they prepared to battle Jim Kelly and the Buffalo Bills' high-octane K-gun offense.
The Buffalo Bills were one of the most prolific offenses of all time. Jim Kelly at the quarterback position, the points they scored, the Thurman Thomas as the runner, I mean, they were exceptional.
Defensive coordinator Bill Belichick would devise a game plan to slow down Buffalo's air assault. He told his players in order to win the game, Thurman Thomas would need to rush for close to 100 yards.
Thurman Thomas is a great back. We knew he was going to get some yards, but I didn't feel like we wanted to get into a game where they threw the ball 45 times. I mean, our base defense was cover 2, and the theory in cover 2 is jam the outside receivers, get 2 safeties deep in the middle, and let them throw it inside. And are they going to catch them? Sure, but Pepper and Carl and Lawrence and those guys, that's what they live for. Good, you can catch for 4 or 5 yards, but you're going to pay the price. And that's the way we wanted to play and just try to make it a more physical game.
Despite slowing down Buffalo's vaunted attack, the Giants still trailed the Bills late in the first half before Jeff Hostetler connected with Stephen Baker, the touchdown maker.
Hostetler throws, touchdown, Stephen Baker. And he beats the main man, Nate Odom.
He inside released, he made a great stick, and he caught what amounts to a corner route up in the corner of the end zone for the big score. Incredibly important. We went into halftime, we had come off of a score, which always gives you a little boost of confidence at that point in time.
And with momentum now in their favor, the Giants' offense would continue to punish the Bills, dominating the time of possession with a Super Bowl drive for the ages.
And look at Otis Anderson throw the uppercut.
He looked like Muhammad Ali winding up, popped in with that stiff arm.
In another signature play of the game, the drive would be kept alive with Mark Ingram's clutch reception on 3rd and 13.
He's got Ingram for maybe a first down. He'll try to the 20. Yes, he got it. What effort. What effort.
He broke at least 5 tackles in getting that first down. He looked almost like a running back running through the different defenders when those people had good shots at him.
That was sort of the signature of our whole team. Every individual that that played in that game was doing the same thing. It was laying everything out on the line.
Giants on the 1.5-yard line. O.J. touchdown! The Giants take the lead.
But the Bills kept fighting, and they would put themselves in position for one shot at victory.
Now Norwood tries to kick his longest ever on grass, 47 yards. 8 seconds left.
I can see the snap, I can hear the kick. He hit it good, and I remember just slow motion and just watching the ball and not being able to tell whether it was good or not.
I'm lined up away from the rush, defensive left side. I mean, when he kicked the ball, it looked like it went over my head. The minute it went over my head, I'm anticipating that it's going to be wide.
In the air, got the distance, it is no good!
I stayed there for a while, just savoring it and just watching our guys race all over the place.
I just remember snapping my head around. The camera just happened to stay on me, and I don't know how high I jumped. I could have jumped into the stands. It felt like it took me forever to come down, and I just like, thank you, God.
I mean, I honestly felt it was the culmination of my career. It was the cherry on top of my NFL Sunday.
That was really satisfying to win with that. After losing your quarterback, everybody said you can't win without your starting quarterback. Well, Jeff Hostetler proved that wrong.
That victory in the Super Bowl was the culmination of a lot of hard work, and I think that was the embodiment of what Giants football was about.